Hello, welcome to the American Business Podcast. I'm Kevin Deveji, your host. Today's episode number is 39, and today's number is 25 million. This is how many people are employed by family owned businesses worldwide. Speaking of family owned businesses, we have an expert, subject matter expert in family owned businesses and operations. So I'd like to invite our guest today to our virtual stage. All right, looking great. Well, Tildet, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. Excited and happy to be here.
Thank you very much. How is your week going so far?
My week is great. It's a lot of exciting things. I love this time of year. Spring gives me a lot of energy. How about you? How is your week going?
My week is going so far so good. Well, I had a chance to go to an event yesterday called Hangar Fest that took place by MacArthur Airport in Ronkonkoma area.
Yes.
And the event is called Hangar Fest, right? So I joined last year. I liked it very much. So this year also I joined. So that was actually a great opportunity. I had a chance to see many different contacts, friends, customers. So that was really happening. And one of the cool things about it, because it's Hangar Fest, they organize it at a hangar. So you are networking next to different types of airplanes, private
So
planes.
interesting.
Yes, and similar to last year, they also brought exotic cars to the event area. So you just see the private jets as well as the exotic cars. It makes it a different experience during that business interactions. So that
Oh,
was
I
really
love
cool. So I was
that.
happy to be there this week.
That sounds
Um,
really good. Maybe next year I'll join you.
yeah, I'll make sure to give you a heads up.
Yes, thanks.
Well, that sounds good. So we have some subjects to cover today. Especially, we love to talk about family-owned businesses. There
Yes.
are many family-owned businesses, and you have expertise, years of expertise working with them,
Hmm.
guiding them, consulting with them.
Hmm.
Having said that, as a start, would you please introduce yourself and your company to our audience?
Sure. My name is Tildet Varon, and I work with family businesses as a consultant. I'm a speaker and an author, and I'm excited. I have an upcoming book, The Thriving Family Business, celebrating peace at the table and profits to the balance sheet.
That's very exciting. Um, well, especially once it is live, also it's published and in the market. Let us know. We can have another session together. We can talk about the book itself in more detail. We
Yes, I
definitely
would
welcome
love
it.
to do that.
Yes, absolutely. I'm a published author myself, so I know how much work goes into
Mm,
book writing, reviewing, editing. It's
yes,
a lot of work and a lot of effort there. But eventually,
yes.
once you finish it, it's actually very helpful for businesses and the target audience that you have. So definitely, you have our support,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
of course. Well, I'm actually wondering, how did you start your career?
I think my career found me, Kevin. I was born into a family business. I was born in Turkey and into a family owned business. My father created a big business with a lot of love, devotion, vision, hard work. Yet the business collapsed at some point. And within the same time period, we lost the business and we lost my dad, which was a very sad period in my life. And I made a promise to my dad that I was going to study family owned businesses so that I can guide them, that this never happens to them. The devotion was there, the love was there, the hard work was there, but there were certain things missing. And
Mhm.
I decided that I was going to make this promise and help other family businesses to thrive. And that is what I've been doing. So that's kind of how the career found me.
Yeah, this is really exciting. And especially thinking about family-owned businesses and how important they are for the economy. There
Hmm.
are many, and they have
Yes.
challenges that I'll have to talk about with you in a minute.
Hmm.
And especially when I was searching for the numbers, seeing 25 million people are actually being employed by family-owned businesses, really fascinated.
Yes.
Not to mention their contribution to the economy, trillions of dollars.
Hmm.
So that these are the indicators of how important family-owned businesses are. So you have decades of experience, and we love to learn a little bit more about your work. So can you tell us a little bit more about your work? What are the exciting and challenging parts of your work on daily basis?
Yes. The exciting part is I love people. I like working with people. So it gives me an opportunity to get into family businesses. And what's the most exciting for me is when transformations are happening. When I see tension is turning to trust, and person driven businesses, especially family businesses, since they're started with lots of love, it's mostly assumed roles, many hats people are wearing. So we start shifting it from person driven to process driven. And when I start seeing the relationships are getting better and the flow of business is more aligned, it excites me. Yet the challenge with it is because it's human system and it is families. And I guess most of us having families, we know we love our families, but they can be stressful, right? There's a lot of emotion that gets involved. There is assumed roles. There are expectations that are unspoken. There's resentment from childhood that builds up. So the challenge becomes, how do we create bridges so people can understand each other better? How do we close these gaps so we have, once we create the harmony, now we can work on the business, on the strategy, and help the businesses. And I think the human dynamics are the most exciting and the most challenging part.
Yes, yes, can be really complex.
Yes.
I myself work for various family-owned businesses in my past career, and I've seen many different difficulties that they had in terms of leadership, management, consistency, discipline, and other challenges. So uh, definitely this is that's reality, and at the same time, family-owned businesses are important for the economy. So having said that, um, can you tell us about the state of U.S. family-owned businesses? You work with many of them, you help many of them, and how are you seeing them? How is their state? What type of challenges are they having in general, based on
Yes.
your observation?
Like you said, the family business is the backbone of U.S. economy, and there's a lot of family businesses. One of the challenges is 30% of family businesses make it to the second generation, and 12% make it to the third generation. So there's a lot of losses in that, and most of that, in my experience, comes from really avoided conversations.
Mhm.
We don't have the conversations we need to have, not because we don't care, because we care too much. We don't want to hurt anyone. We don't want to create conflict. So we start keeping quiet and in silence. And then the tension keeps growing and disappointments, resentments keep growing. And I think that really impacts the family businesses. And there's also unclear roles. Like you said, they're working together. They've created something beautiful, but they can step on each other's toes. The roles are not given because of their strengths. They're assumed they've been doing this. They are a child since college, since this. So they're put into these roles. Sometimes there could be tension between generations because values are a little different. What is meaningful is different. The way to go about life is different. There could be some resistance to change because there's a lot of, we've always done it this way, so let's continue to do it this way. And I think lack of succession planning, those are, I think, the most important areas where family businesses are challenged. And my work is helping them bring those things in so we create harmony and profits.
Mhm. Business continuity and succession plans, are they the same thing or are they complementary? How would you define it?
I think that's a good question. I think they're complementary. It depends what the founders have as a vision, right?
Mhm.
Sometimes they build the business and they want the legacy, they want it to go from generation to generation. Sometimes they build the business to sell so they can, their legacy still continues through those investments that they can bring and provide for their families. So the succession planning could be in different ways, bringing different generations in. I'm mostly working with family businesses, I think, that want the legacy. They want the second, third, fourth generation coming in, yet succession planning is so delicate and a hard conversation to have for the founders to let go, for
Mhm.
them to trust the new generation to step in, the new generation to honor the founders. So there's a lot of tension, challenges, gaps that come in that needs to be navigated and facilitated and having conversations around.
I like to talk about AI a little bit. That's a pretty popular subject. We talk about it with all of our guests, and
Yes,
we get a lot of views because we can see them in the YouTube analytics as well as other social media accounts that we are streaming
yes,
over. And what is your take about AI? How AI will continue impacting businesses in general, and specifically family-owned businesses? And
yes.
how can family-owned businesses adapt to AI as well as digitization in general?
Yes, I think AI is here and it is changing the way we do work. And that's a given, right? For family owned businesses, it could be exciting for the newer generation and very intimidating for the older generation. It requires a lot of understanding. I don't think AI is replacing humans. I think AI can help enhance the business, and AI is not coming and resolving family conflict, or it is not doing the leadership. But what AI can do is it can take the busy work away so that the families have the time, the energy to work on the business or be with their families, because a lot of the time family businesses, the leadership is working around the clock. They're devoted, they're hardworking. And I think AI coming in, some of the tasks can be done through AI, and you can speed up the strategic planning, the document creation, the process creation. So there are many things. I'm very excited about AI, but
Yes, yes,
I am. I'm excited what it can do. I'm looking at it from the positive angle of how it can catapult leaders to do better. Yet some of my clients that I talk to, there's a lot of hesitation because there's not a clear understanding yet of the implementation and how they're going to use it. A lot of people are thinking they're just going to go to chat gpt, ask a question, get it. So there's a lot more that they can do. Some know that, some don't know that. And I think through AI we can reveal the trends, understand data better. So there's a lot of things we can do to strengthen our human side. And if we can see that and see how we can work together, I think it will really catapult the family businesses.
yeah, that's very exciting. And yes, about AI. So we had actually an Stephen, an HR expert, with us earlier today in our earlier episode, and he was talking about how actually AI is actually adapting into businesses in the form of tasks, not by form or positions. So,
Yes.
and interestingly, he mentioned one thing that was really actually very interesting. So, so we know the organizational charts, right? So there is a CEO, general
Yes.
manager, directors, managers, and others following each other. So right now, AI agents are being implemented on these organizational charts. So
Oh,
let's say you are a marketing manager and you have 10 AI agents are working for you, with you.
yes.
So I mean, I never thought about an organizational chart including AI agents, so that's something new.
Me
So
neither.
yeah,
I
I mean,
have to
even
consider that.
yes, yes. So now, okay, so there are departments, there are department leads and other associates and team members, and there is gonna be right next to a human or reporting to a human or under the control of a human, and there
Mm,
are AI agents being deployed, and they really take their place
that
in
is
organizational charts.
fascinating. I am going
So
to listen to that episode for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. I that's I mean, we've been talking about these whether AI will take over the jobs or things like that. They're already in the charts, organizational charts. So so looks like it's already here. I mean,
It
this is
is
amazing.
here. It is here. We
Yes,
like it
yes,
or not. We better
that
like
is
it
true.
because it's here.
That is true. I mean, so it requires a lot of education. I mean, same for family-owned businesses and businesses
Yes.
in general, like what they can do with AI, what they cannot do with current
Yes.
capabilities is, pros and cons.
Yes.
Either way, it looks like that's what we are learning in HR practices. It's going towards AI first.
Yes.
So
And I
before,
think, yeah, sorry, go
yeah, no
ahead.
problem. Yeah, no, 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 go ahead.
What I was thinking is that what you said, we need to learn more instead of being afraid of it so we can intentionally use it in a good way. The more we know about it, the more we can put that good intention to use it in a useful manner.
Mhm, mhm, absolutely. Um, well, Tilda, you have decades of professional experience, and have you had any role models that you can share with us?
Yes, yes. I think my father, I had a lot of admiration for my father and a lot of love. He had, uh, he was a generous uh, person with a lot of devotion and integrity and love for humanity and people. And I learned a lot from him from a very young age, sitting in his office. And since I was 10 years old, I would work in the accounting department of our family business. And I would watch my dad and I would learn from him a lot. And that helped. That he is my biggest role model. But I've been very lucky, Kevin, that I had very good teachers in my life, role models in learning human behavior, better communication, stress. So I have immersed myself in environments and people that can open my vision and teach me in the best ways. But I would say the closest is my father to my heart. Yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. How about some lessons learned in your career journey? Have you had some lessons learned that you can
Oh,
tell us
so
about?
many. I think we need like 5 episodes now.
Yeah, we're all here, so feel free.
We need a lot of episodes for that because I've lived a long life, so I've learned a lot of lessons. I think the first that I would say is the most important thing is knowing ourselves, mastering ourselves. If we don't know how to lead ourselves, we cannot lead anything. So for me, the biggest lesson have been how do I connect to myself, know my values, know my strengths and my weaknesses, and still love and accept myself so that I can continue to become the person that I want to be. And so connecting to myself first is something I learned through many, many lessons. It wasn't like easy. Oh, I said, oh, I'm going to learn myself and it came. No, life forced me. Yet I'm happy that I did that. And after that, really communication. Communication is so important to speak with care, with clarity, with courage, curiosity. And when we communicate, we open so many doors, and there's so many connections that happen. And like I said before, for me, I love people, so I love connecting to people. So communication is something that has helped, that I learned. And I also learned, this was a hard one, asking for help is not a weakness, it's a strength. For years I thought I had to do everything by myself, and now I understand the importance of asking for help. And I think the other one that comes to mind is systems create freedom. So once we have structures in place, we have more freedom. So let's continue to create those systems and habits that will allow us to be ourselves and to create the success that we want to create.
Can you tell us about your interests outside of work? What are your biggest interest and passion outside of work?
Yes, I'm a lifelong learner and a nature lover. And so you can see behind me the bookshelves. I have them in front of me, I have them on the side. I
Yeah,
think
looks
I've
great.
read thousands and thousands of books. I love reading, but I love nature, gardening, hiking, and meditating, doing tai chi. So anything to ground me. And I don't know if I ever shared it, Kevin, but I used to have a 90 bush rose garden
Oh
that,
wow,
yes, I created myself, and I learned a lot about life, about myself through my roses. So I'm a big gardener. Yes,
that's amazing.
yes.
So our main mission in our podcast, actually our full name is the American Business Podcast for the Next Generation. We love to share advice and informative content and education content with today's and next generation professionals and the workforce.
I love that. That is passing on what we've learned.
Yes,
That's such a
yes, that is the
beautiful
idea.
way to pass what we've learned. Like I said, I think the first thing is, I would say, get to know yourself, know your values, know who you are, not judgingly or criticizing, but just to know who you are, and stay connected to your heart and mindset. Work on your mindset before strategy, I would say, because mindset prepares you for expansion and for what is to come. And and surround yourself with things that lifts you up, environments, books, people that open your vision, because this way you will keep learning and growing and having role models and mentors and ways to connect. And I think the next would be curious and adaptable, because change is happening so rapidly. Let's get curious instead of fearful, and let's also approach each other and life with curiosity.
How about those who are thinking about getting into a family-owned business or thinking about working for a family-owned business? Do you have any career advice for those folks?
Yes, I think it's a great thing, because it is, if it is in your heart and you go into anything with an open mind and an open heart, it's a it's always works out. I think it all, family owned businesses are like family. There's a lot of connection, there is a lot of working together. And if that is something that excites you, but of course with it comes some challenges, yet there is a lot of heart in the family business. So I would say yes.
So before we end our episode, for those who like to be in touch with you or learn more about your company, what is the best way to get in touch?
Yes, I think going to my website, tildet.com.
Mhm.
Once you learn my name, the rest is easy. The whole challenge is learning my name.
That's
Yes.
great. Yes, we keep it on the screen. Well, Tilda, thank you so much for being with us in your busy schedule. Thank you for sharing your insights and your wisdom with us today.
Thank you for having me. It has been an honor.
Yeah, it's all my the honor is all mine. The pleasure is all mine, and I wish you a great weekend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, to our audience and to our listeners, well, it was another educational podcast for us, podcast episode, especially. We never talked about family-owned businesses before, and now we had a chance to cover it. And Tildet is the subject matter expert. So I brought you the right person, right? So you learn a lot, and that's great. I'm sure we have a lot to talk about family-owned businesses, their challenges, and how um, they can evolve uh, in different forms. That we'll keep bringing this subject matter in our coming episodes. Also, it was also important to get some insights professionally, how actually you can pick the right career, prepare yourself, and also grow accordingly. So these are all important insights that we got from Tildet today. And probably you noticed earlier, so we have something different. We have these QR code here. We've been keeping it. So we like to encourage you to be in touch with us. So that's why we put this QR code up here, and we kept it during the episode. You can scan it anytime, and you can be in touch with us. Also, we encourage you to scan another code, and you can join our YouTube subscribers. We just passed 38,000 YouTube subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. If you haven't done so, please go to our YouTube channel. It is American Business Podcast ABP, or you can simply scan this QR code. It'll take you to the YouTube channel, and you can subscribe, like, and be active in our YouTube channel. It's growing fast, and we truly appreciate your support and your subscription and your support. It means a lot to us, and we are motivated. Every week we bring you new content, different content, always informative, always educational. Sometimes we have more than one episode in a week, which is great. So we'll keep doing it, and with your support and help, I'm sure we're gonna get many more subscribers, and we'll reach a larger audience. That's our goal. Our goal is to be the biggest, the best business podcast in the US and in the world. That's our actually vision. That's why we are working so hard every week to bring you content. So please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll truly appreciate it. Also, would you like to be a guest in our business podcast? Maybe do you know someone who may be a guest speaker in our podcast? We also welcome it as well. You can just simply scan the QR code right here, or you can just send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you. Your feedback is important for us. If you love to be guest speaker, we also welcome it as well. So please get in touch with us. We keep an open mind, and we are very responsive. So once you get in touch with us, you'll hear from us as quick as possible, and that's important. Also, if you like to be a sponsor for your organization, for your brand, if you like to promote your products and services, we welcome sponsors. We appreciate our sponsors so far. We love to have more. And you can also send us an email, americanbusinesspodcast@gmail.com. This business community is growing, and that's great for businesses, products, and brands who are thinking about growing their reach, growing their market size. So we'll definitely discuss it with you and partner with you. We welcome that. Also, if you go to our website, americanpodcast.tv, we update our official website every week, and when you go to our website, you'll see a schedule there. You'll see who is coming in the next episode, who will be the guest, what we will be talking about. You can see all these plans published there, and you can also learn more about our business podcasts on this official website. One final note: we have a new sponsor, IPVanish VPN. If you need a VPN, IPVanish is a great choice. You can visit their website, the one that I'm keeping here on the screen. I also use IPVanish. I'm happy about it. If you need a VPN, it's a solid system, solid software. and you can give it a try. That's the link that I love to share with you. You can visit that link, take a look. If you're interested, feel free to subscribe. And well, I think that's it for this week. I'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest. We have great subject matter experts coming up next week as well. We are full in terms of schedule until fall. So we are very happy about it, and we truly appreciate your support, especially YouTube subscriptions are very important for us. Thank you so much for your time, and have a great weekend.